Hey there.
How are you, David?
Oh,
You're back in the office, I see.
I am. I think it's supposed to like thunderstorm any second.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna rain any moment now.
Mhm.
But how are you feeling?
Not my best, to be
Okay.
honest. I don't know. How are you?
It's such a weird time. I have ups and downs, which is not good for my mind. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I am, honestly. I keep fluctuating back and forth.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm trying to stay off social media as much as possible.
Oh.
Because I get a lot of different feelings coming from people, and
Mhm.
it's not helping me in any way.
And it's tough because like social media feels like the best source of information right now.
Yeah,
But it's like you're saying, like there's just so much like negative noise in there too that it's
yeah. And it's
like,
kind of coming from every side. And yeah, I'm trying to not look at it for a while. But I'm glad you're here.
I'm here. I'm here. I don't know how you envision this looking. I don't know how we do this tastefully.
We are just going to go through with it and do it as it is. We're going to be, yeah, I don't know. Just talk about how you feel. That's what I say, because that's what I'm going to do. um, and it's literally, we're just gonna, those of you who are watching, we are tooting and booting the looks of the finale. These are the looks that all the queens wore at the beginning only. Um, Everyone out there, I want you to know that we're all in this together. I, and I don't have the right words to say. I'm not going to try to speak for other people. Like I said, I'm having a tough time right now myself. Everywhere around me, there are protests. I don't know what it's like. How is it in Queens?
We're so far out that there's like nothing here because it's so
Okay,
residential that like there's not enough people around for a protest to work here.
sure.
But I don't know. Uh, I want to protest, and
Yeah, I know.
because
I've seen them. They marched down 7th Avenue right past my apartment on Monday. And then yesterday I went to work to get the mail, and they were marching across 14th Street. So I couldn't get across the street even. But it hurt my heart even more walking down 7th Avenue to get to work that every business was boarded up.
yeah,
Um, we're living in a war zone essentially.
it's crazy. It's just so much to unpack because like especially doing the work we do,
Yeah,
like you know I've been like I got into this field to help people and like I'm proud of the work that I've done, but it just feels like, especially working for the center the way we do, like it feels like now is the time for like us to kind of take a back seat to what our focuses are on so we can
right.
support what matters. And
Exactly.
it's weird feeling of like, what is my job now?
Yeah. Yeah. Where do I fit in?
Yeah. And not in
I'm
the woe is me way, but just in like I
no.
want to help. And I'm
Yeah.
I'm so focused. I'm so used to being focused on helping this one way that now that I need to switch how I do it, it's like, what do I do? How do I
Right.
do it?
How do I do that, and where does that fit in?
Yeah. Yeah. It's just it's wild. And then the
Yeah.
other part that just like really gets to me is like all the people who aren't thinking about this.
Yeah.
Like there are so many people who just like are just going about their daily
Right.
lives.
Life is just happening. Nothing has changed for a lot of people,
I
which I don't get either.
I don't know how.
Yeah. I know.
Like how are people just going about their lives?
Yeah. And yeah, it seems like it's not affecting, and I realize it affects people in different ways, but it has to affect you in some way. It you it has to affect you in one way or another, and your life is changing no matter you want to think that or not. Life for everyone is changing right now. Sorry, I'm drinking my little mini Diet Coke. My mouth is dry. Yeah, I don't know. I worry about our building.
Yeah.
I walking up to it yesterday, as I was walking through the protest, I was like, what if I get over there and the windows are smashed? Who do I tell? How do I make this right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't know. I went over in the daylight, so I mean, obviously that's less of a chance of that happening. What do you think of our curfew?
I mean, it's such a terrible idea.
It's so bad.
Like, it's just an excuse to arrest people who want to
Yeah,
protest.
yeah. I haven't watched the news today, so I don't know, but I know that people were still protesting last night, way after 8 p.m. And it didn't, from what I looked at on the news, like around 9:30, it didn't look like anyone was being arrested for being out there marching, but who knows what happened after that.
I was watching the news.
Okay.
We watched live. There was a whole scuffle that happened in Chelsea.
Oh, really?
Maybe between like 10 and 11.
Okay.
I think it was like near 6th and 23rd. So not that far from you.
Not far from me, no.
And I think Marty Gold Cummings got arrested.
I heard that too. I need to look at that up, but I did hear that he did get hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sitting here with the windows open, and I hear helicopters all day long. The entire day yesterday, they were overhead. I think on Sunday they were as well. I wasn't home for a bit of time, but I think they were out the whole day on Sunday as well. I haven't heard them today, which is the first day I haven't heard them in a while.
That's wild. It's just wild. And
it's crazy. It's a little crazy.
I had the news on before we started, and I don't know where they're at, but they're about to announce like the next steps in regards to like the 4 officers. Who are involved.
I heard that the other 3 are going to be charged. I hadn't heard what charges they were going to get.
That's what I was waiting to see. So I'm glad to hear that you're hearing that they're going to get charged.
I heard that they were going to be charged. I think someone from from Minneapolis, like a state official, said that they will be charged. We just haven't figured out what the charges will be yet.
I hope they're aggressive and
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I realized if they didn't do anything, they still stood there and watched it happen.
Yeah, they let their colleagues,
even if they didn't touch him. And I hope that the guy who did it his charge gets changed for murder 3, because that is not harsh enough at all. While I don't know that it's murder 1 or that they would be able to prove that it's murder 1, murder 2 I think is very acceptable. But that's just my own opinion, everyone. Like I said, this is where we're living right now. But let's talk about these looks and get it over with. We'll be done with season 12. What did you think of this at-home finale, first of all?
Honestly, I feel bad for the queens because I found it to be a pretty disappointing finale.
Yeah.
Like I expected them to have somehow pulled off more. I don't know what I expected them to pull off, but they didn't.
I agree.
Yeah, so I mean, from a just entertainment standpoint, I feel bad for the girls, but I mean,
yeah, I mean, I think they did what they could.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the Gigi Goode scandal?
No.
I just heard about it literally yesterday. I was listening to a podcast and then I went and researched it because apparently she lives like in this artist collective with like just other artists in the building. I think she even has like 4 roommates in her actual apartment. And they're all creative types. And so, I mean, if you look at her video, it makes perfect sense. But also within this collective, she had access to a actual space, like a production space, to do kind of a professional shoot. And she submitted that and they made her redo it, or they were going to disqualify her. It's crazy. I think that plays into a lot of why she didn't win as well.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It's almost like she tried to cheat.
Yeah. Well, I don't think she thought of it that way because it's
'Cause she's a
from
child.
her home. It's in her building. But it's a disadvantage to everyone else that is literally doing it in their living room. So she ended up doing it in her garage, I think is what came about. So she reshot it in her garage and sent that.
I mean, it still was highly.
Yeah,
Right.
highly produced. I mean, and she had a team of people to like create that backdrop. I'm 99% sure she did not. I mean, you saw her there like pretending to color on it. I'm sure it was done by someone else. Somehow she got this amazing costume made within days. Two of them, because one in black and one in white. So yeah, and it just happened to have her little phrase of name something from episode 2 all over it. So yeah, it's a little weird. But that's Gigi good. I'm glad she didn't win. All right, let's talk these looks. So we're gonna start with Dahlia Sin. And she's given us her interpretation of the broccoli that she had to be all season long.
Is that what she was doing?
I didn't know that, but that's what people are saying. This is her interpretation of it.
So my toot or boot depends on that.
I can't say that it's true. That is what everyone is saying.
I'm gonna nude it.
That the loofahs are supposed to be like the broccoli heads.
Right.
And that's why she did it all in green. I initially thought it was a reference to marijuana because she's a big pothead.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, oh, she's doing the Laganja thing. That's what I thought. But everyone's like, oh, that's her homage to broccoli. I don't know.
I'm gonna nude it. Do people get points for any of this, or are we just doing this for fun?
They are getting them for ours, yes. For ours and Raja and Ravens. I'm booting it because I don't like it. I don't like it at all. That's all I'm gonna say. You were correct. She got 50-50 on Instagram. It was 50-50 toot and boot. Yeah, if it really resembled the broccoli a little more, I would maybe give it more.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, she could even have like little broccolis in her hair.
Right. Oh, that'd be cute, like Scary Spice.
Yeah. I'm gonna zoom in. Oh yeah, because I thought maybe her earrings were, but they're not. They're green roses. So I think it's just a happy accident.
I think.
Moving on to Rock Sakura.
So I didn't like get a full view of this during the episode, but this is awesome.
It's so great. The back of it, I don't know if you saw the back of it. The bow on the back of it is phenomenal.
She deserved better.
Yeah, she really does. Yeah, I love it. I think it's fantastic. I think it's creative. I could have done without the ones over her eye, but I don't really know what they are.
It's almost like the dot dress she made got like stirred up and all the colors ran together.
It's her recreation of that as fashion.
Yeah.
I'm gonna toot it because I really do like it.
Yeah, big toot.
She got 56% toot on Instagram. So it was liked by everyone, I think, for the most part. Nikki Doll giving you kind of a French take on purples. It's the purple fabric thing is very reminiscent to Crystal's Monster. Kind of the same type of thing. I'm sorry, did you love it or you didn't love it?
I don't think I like it.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe it's just how she's posing in this photo.
I think it's this pose.
Yeah.
What I didn't like about it was that, I mean, I realized they didn't give them much time in this, but she took off the bottom piece way before you could even really get a look at it, because she started backwards, and as she turned around, she took off the big fabric plumage and was just like in a bodysuit. Yeah, I'm gonna nude it because I'm not 1,000% sold on it either.
I'm gonna nude it just because it's, I don't know.
It's pretty.
It's pretty, but it's not elevated.
No, not at all. I found out on the reunion that she lives near me in Union Square.
Oh.
So I'm gonna go wander around Union Square, look for her. She did get a toot on the Instagram, and it was 64%. I'm going to say this now. There was only one boot on Instagram this week. Everyone else got a toot,
Really?
other than Dahlia, which was the newt.
Oh, sure. Cool. Wow.
Yeah, only one boot. Next up is Aiden Zane, giving you the glow up.
This is a glow up.
This is a glow up.
It is a glow up. It's impressive.
Yeah.
It's a different wig.
I'm sorry?
It's a different wig.
It's a very different wig. Her makeup's even a little different. It's still going up, but it looks lighter to me. Like it's not as like pasty white. It's more tonal.
And it looks more like rich woman than monster.
Yeah, this was my favorite look of the week, honestly.
Really?
Yeah. I thought she looked fantastic. I'm gonna be very controversial and give it a shoot.
What? I'm not going that far.
You don't have to.
But I toot it.
You're gonna toot it, yeah. It did get 73% toot on Instagram as well, and well deserved. I think she looks fantastic, and I think my shoot is really only because I never thought I would have ever given her one. Britta Filter, live from Maine in her parents' living room, giving us a glow up of her cone dress.
I don't like it.
Okay. I don't love the dress either. I think her hair and makeup is spectacular.
Oh yeah.
And I don't hate the dress. I just don't love it.
Yeah, I love the color combo of the dress. Pink and gold, I think, go really well together.
Yeah.
And there are parts of it that I do like. Like, imagine if she didn't have the little skirt or the cone, but just had that form-fitting, what do they call this? Like a mermaid dress or something? Like, that would look awesome, I think.
Yeah, the peplum and the cones are what really throw it off.
It's too much.
I don't really love the fabric of the mermaid tail either, because it looks like furry almost.
Yeah.
So I think if it was in that same fabric, the print, I think it would have been lovely. But yeah, I'm not in love with the look. Again, I don't hate it. But I think I'm gonna boot it.
Yeah, I'm gonna boot it.
She got a toot on Instagram because almost everyone did, and it was 56%, so it was close.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, this is the dress that she wears. She wears this dress all the time. Not this dress, but this style of dress. I don't know who made this for her, but I know Florence DeLee makes a lot of her stuff. But I don't know if he did this. But
I feel like there's essence to it that I love, but overall
there's parts of it. Yeah, it's just it needed to be edited down. That's all.
That's it.
Next is Jan giving us Edward Scissorhands.
I don't get it.
Boot.
Like, why?
Yeah, I don't understand this. This is so not her drag.
It's not her drag. I loved everything she did on the runway this season.
Yeah.
This is just like random, like it's just random.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere. This wig is the biggest problem for me.
I don't get it.
Not that the rest isn't a problem, but the wig is my biggest problem. I actually like the dress. And her makeup is interesting, but yeah, the whole thing is just bad.
The dress could be cool if it wasn't Edward Scissorhands. Like, take those gloves off, do your makeup a little different wig.
Yeah. Yeah, you could have like this weird like goth dress without all of this crap. Yeah, I'm booting it.
I'm gonna boot it. I don't like it.
She got a 53% toot on Instagram, so very close to the newt range for her. I think she's the lowest one that way. Widow Von Du. Giving us the Widow. The coolest thing about this was her legs that moved on their own. I don't know how she did it. I'm assuming it was mechanically operated somehow,
So
but it's a boot.
yeah, it's just bad. It's just bad.
It looks so cheap and so homemade, which is not a bad thing to be homemade.
No.
But
And
yeah,
it's a cool idea if she had had like the budget and means to execute it, but like
yeah,
no one was gonna make a dress like this while in quarantine.
no. And this fabric looks so, I think a lot of it also is that she's outside, and so the reflection really makes it look like a garbage bag.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, it's a boot.
It's not good.
This was our only boot on Instagram this week.
Not surprised.
And it was only a 66% boot. So, I mean,
People liked this?
34 people tooted it.
34 people.
34%, sorry. 34%, not 34 people. 34% tooted it, and I don't know where that came from, because this is bad.
No, ma'am.
And the thing on her head makes her head look so tiny compared to the rest of her.
And I don't know. And this is like probably not great for me to have these conceptions of what drag is, but like, I feel like it's such a cop out when you don't have a wig on.
It is. I can forgive it, because I mean, I love Sasha Velour, who rarely wears wigs. She does wear them, but she rarely wears them. If you're going to wear a hat or a headpiece and you can't see the wig underneath it, great. But it needs to be a headpiece. Like, and we're going to get to Jada Essence Hall. She didn't wear a wig, but that headpiece was everything for her. It makes her head look like this big.
Yeah, just it's like a Halloween costume gone wrong.
It is. It's a bad costume, is what it is. Moving on to Heidi and Closet in her evening gown look, of course.
I love her so much.
Me too.
I just want to be with her.
Heidi and Closet is the real winner of season 12. Let's be completely honest.
She's gonna come back and kill a season of All Stars.
Yeah, she's gonna kill it, and she's a superstar. And I credit that to her being actually real. She is one of the only queens of late that hasn't tried to produce herself on the show. She is just saying what she says. Yeah. It's not meant for anything other than that.
And she's just genuinely like just a pure person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you know, there's not a mean bone in her body.
No. It was interesting to hear that she went through anger management classes. Yeah. Because I can't imagine her like literally being mean.
Mm-hmm. Never.
Anyway, let's talk about this look.
It's gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
She looks amazing.
She looks fantastic in this. Her face is incredible.
She probably watched a season of the show and was like, "Oh my god, I'm using too much white powder."
Exactly. She's like, "Oh, I gotta fix this." And she watched some YouTube videos, and look at her now.
There were moments too, and the people I was watching with did not agree with me, and that's fine. But there were moments where, like, just the way she moved and her facial expressions, she was like giving me Tyra Banks. Like,
a little bit
like Tyra Banks in some moment. And I was like, "Oh my god, like that's incredible."
Yeah, I can't say enough good things about Heidi. This is a big toot for me.
Mm-hmm. Big toot.
I think she looks great, amazing, and she got a 76% toot on Instagram.
Good for her.
Which I think is low, but it's a toot.
I can't people who booted that.
Yeah, well, girl, after this one, I'll tell you something. Jackie Cox.
Honestly, this is like super elevated for her.
I think so too. And people were like, "Oh, it's too simple. It's too simple." Not people I know, but podcasts I listen to, it's like, it's too simple. It's not right. The feathers are in the wrong place. And I was like, I think she looks stunning.
Yeah, she looks like straight out of like a runway.
Yeah.
Like a 1990s runway, which I love.
Yeah.
Like,
I love the crystal circles. I love the little nude leg.
Yeah.
I think the feathers are fun. It makes it a little more draggy. I said that if this was in red, she could be like in Hello Dolly.
Yeah.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
It's a toot for me.
Oh, definitely a toot.
It was the top toot on Instagram.
Wow.
I know. But it was top toot with only 79%. That was the highest amount of toot.
People are judgy.
People were being very judgy this week, yeah. But it was the top toot, so good for her.
Good for her.
Next up is Crystal Method as the Pinata.
So I love it. I love it. I love it.
Me too.
I love watching her have fun in it. I feel like we're completely cheated out of there being some sort of reveal. I want to know what was in the pinata.
Yeah, what's in there?
Is there anything?
I don't think so. I think she's just inside some boxes.
She's just a pinata.
And she only had to paint her face. I think it's fantastic. What I love is that this look got to be on Drag Race.
Yeah. She changed the game.
She really did. Yeah.
She opened the door to what is allowed on this show.
Queens can do anything they want now. Yeah, I agree. I have to toot it just because I think she is so good at what she does.
She just showed up there and played her own game.
And what she
playing the judges' game and made it to the top.
Yeah, what she needs to do is come up with some kind of pinata gown to wear as her entrance look for All Stars. Just to reference back, she's like, remember when I was a pinata made out of cardboard boxes?
or she comes out of a pinata.
That would be the best. Just breaks open.
But that would be like reminiscent of Shangela.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a big toot for me just because I love that she dared to do this on Drag Race.
She's a genius.
Yeah. She got a 73% toot on Instagram as well. Again, people are just booting everything. Gigi Good.
Gigi Good. So I'm just gonna flat out say it. I don't like this.
I don't either.
I don't get it. I don't know.
I think it could have been amazing. I don't like all the ruching on it. That's my biggest problem with it. Also don't like the cone bra. I don't like the way it puddles around the floor. And of course, I don't like the helmet.
Yeah. Helmets. I don't get it. I don't know. I didn't get Gigi the entire season, and I'm just gonna throw that out there now. Like I don't understand the hype over this kind of queen.
Yeah.
Like being thin and looking pretty is not a talent.
No.
In my opinion.
It's not. And it in this world, it does give you a free pass, but it shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what we're going through right now.
Exactly. It's just, I don't know. I don't get it. You know, Jackie or Heidi should have been up there, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I have never really liked her drag. Not that I don't like her drag, because I think her drag is good, but it's not what she thinks it is. She doesn't think she wears costumes, and she does.
And also, like, is she doing drag or is she dressing up like a pretty woman?
Well, yeah, I have always said she is doing everything right for Drag Race.
Right, sure.
She's not doing everything right as a drag queen. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't pay money to go see her show.
No.
At all.
And what you just said reinforces my thoughts on like why Jada won.
Yeah.
Like if you were to look up like a textbook definition of what a drag queen is, like Jada Essence Hall's picture should be there.
Exactly.
Like she is a perfect drag queen.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Yeah. Jada is a steady drag queen. Anyway, I'm booting Gigi.
Yeah, booting Gigi.
I don't like her.
We could talk about Jada.
64% toot on Instagram, of course.
Not her highest though. Like,
I think it might be her lowest. I should go back and look, but I think it might be her lowest.
I think people realize towards the end that.
Yeah, she doesn't have the goods. Next is Jada Essence Hall, giving us the whole solar system.
So cool.
It's so good.
It's so interesting. So out of the box for her.
Yeah, it's something you would not expect her to come out in.
Mm-hmm.
And she's smart about, I don't know who made this look for her, but it's so smart to have all this craziness up above and then just to have like a simple gown underneath it because you don't want to distract from it.
Exactly. It's
Um,
the opposite of a Rocca move of,
exactly. It's gorgeous. She looks fantastic in this, and it's a winner.
And maybe honestly, like it looks like this could have been homemade, like in
It could
quantity.
have been. I think she said that a designer worked with her. I mean, I know she makes a lot of her stuff, so I think maybe the designer just kind of sketched it out for her because I know she stows most of her own stuff.
And do you know what realization I just had as to like why I love it? It gives me such like Jim Henson vibes.
Oh yeah.
Like she should be in a movie with Muppets, like doing something. I love it.
Back in the Dark Crystal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's so cool and so good. And I am so happy she got to wear this because she probably did not have this with her.
No.
And she would have had to drag it to LA for a finale. It's a big toot.
Big toot.
And it was only a 68% toot on Instagram.
I'm over your followers.
I know. I'm ready to like start taking pictures of who toots and boots things and just posting them.
Good. Drag them.
I'm gonna drag people through it. All right, who's your top toot of the finale?
Honestly, I think I'm gonna give it to Rockham.
Oh, good for you.
I just love it's the only one that like I just want to keep looking at it and exploring.
Okay.
And I just
I'm giving mine to Aiden because I don't know what to say about it other than she looks fantastic and I never expected it from her.
no. I bet they bring her back for an All-Stars.
Aiden?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm
Controversy of it.
I think they could bring back almost anyone from this season other than maybe Dahlia. We don't need to see her again. until she figures out what kind of drag queen she is.
Sure. I do want a season of all girls who went home first.
Me too. And now there's 12.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you want to count All Stars as well, you could bump it up to 16.
But maybe this is the year that they do it and it's like a web format.
Totally. They could totally do that, yeah. And it doesn't have to be even a full season.
No.
Because I think what I would like to see also is what I also said about like if they ever did a winter season, they don't eliminate anyone. They do like 6 episodes. You compete in every one and you see who really is the best.
That's pretty cool. That's a good idea.
Yeah. So I think you could do the same with the first out.
Mm-hmm.
Or combine it, have the first out and the winner, like the winner is the mentor to them.
Oh.
Yeah. You're like, this is how I won. Now you do it.
I like that idea.
Yeah, there's so many things they could be doing. I did hear that there is 7 international drag races in the works.
7 more?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if it's 7 total. So it'd be UK and Canada, I think, would count maybe as 2, and then and Australia. So maybe 4 more.
Did Australia film?
I don't know that it's filmed yet. And I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that. Are you ready for All Stars?
Does that premiere this week?
Yeah.
It
in
does?
2 days. 2 days.
I guess I'm ready.
And then if you're going to watch Canada, it premieres sometime in July, I think, before All Stars even ends.
Is that going to air here? Is it going to be a World of Wonder thing probably?
It's going to be on the app, the World of Wonder app. Yeah.
I have the subscription.
Got your app. Get your apps now, everyone. You're going to miss Canada. Have you looked at the Canon Queens?
I have not.
There's
they look sharp though.
There's some weirdos.
Yeah?
Yeah. And they all have bizarre names. It's really kind of crazy.
Is there one named just like Poutine?
No, I wish there was. I don't have it hand. Let me see if I can find it. It's raining here now. I don't know if it's raining by you.
Oh yeah, it started.
Yeah.
We're supposed to get like severe thunderstorms.
Yeah, it's supposed to get bad. It's not storming right now, but let me see if they have their names here. Anastasia Anakwawe.
Starzia Anakwawa.
Anastasia Anakwawe.
What does that mean?
I don't know. BOA. It's not even a name. It's just 3 initials.
BO.
And it stands for something, but I can't remember what. Yeah. Ilona Verley. Jimbo. Get ready for it. Juice Box.
I love that.
Box with 2 X's, of course. Just Kiara. Lemon.
Lemon's a New York queen.
Is she really?
Uh-huh.
I heard Alaska said that she put her in drag once. I didn't know she was from New York.
Lemon does stuff with Stephanie's Child sometimes. And
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Rita Baga. I don't know what that means. Scarlett Bobo. And Tainomi Banks.
Like Tyra and Naomi put
Yeah.
together. That's funny.
Exactly. Yeah, there's some crazy names, and I watched a video of them, and they are a bunch of weirdos, and I'm excited for it.
I love Canada.
Yeah, I do too.
That's
Someday we're all going to live there.
Seriously. I hope they invade.
Because, I don't, did you watch Handmaid's Tale?
I have not. I read it. I don't think I could watch the show.
I have just started rewatching it. Because I watched the first 2 seasons, and then I was like, after season 2, I think I didn't actually finish season 2. I asked the last 2 episodes I hadn't watched. I didn't realize that until I started watching 3, and it's like previously on, I was like, what? So I was like, okay, now I have to go back and rewatch. So I started all the way over at season 1.
Wow.
And watched season 1 and season 2, and I was like, the world that I'm living in is just so much this story that I don't want to start now season 3, which is the reason I went back and watched them.
And is season 4 coming out soon?
Season 4, I think, is coming out. Yeah, I'm like a year behind, but I after season 2, and watching season 2 and realizing I didn't watch the last 2 episodes, I was like, I know why I didn't watch them. I know why I stopped.
It's really intense.
But I finished it, and I just haven't started season 3 yet.
Maybe I'll give it a go.
Instead, I'm watching all of the Harry Potter movies.
I love that.
Yeah, I've watched 1, 2, and 3 so far. I'm watching them one a night this week.
I started Sailor Moon over the
Oh,
weekend.
yeah.
It's all on Hulu, so
Oh, really?
yeah, I figured I'll give it a go.
Why not?
As a kid, and I love cartoons. Like, cartoons are probably my like favorite thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've like rewatched all of my standards, and so now
Of course. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's all that's going on. I am glad that we did this. I'm glad I got to see your face. And for those of you who are watching, we're doing it again for All Stars.
We are.
And David, please take care of yourself.
Same. Do you know what might be a fun thing to do for our toots moving forward?
No?
We should highlight a different organization that needs support.
Oh, definitely. Definitely, we will do that.
I think we can do that.
Awesome.
Cool.
All right, take care of yourself, and I'll see you next week.
See
I don't
you.
think I'm seeing you before that.
No, things kind of.
Oh, do we have a staff meeting tomorrow?
We're doing breakout groups.
The breakout ones, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so maybe I'll see you tomorrow, maybe not.
Yeah, I think I will.
All right,
All
take
right.
care.
Be safe.
Bye.